Hello, Gary Crowley here with DoItYourselfJointPainRelief.com, and I wanted to show you how to do a lower back release with a massage tool. On the main page we did a lot of work releasing your low back with tennis ball or other different sized balls with different levels of firmness. But if you do happen to have a massage tool like a Back Knobber 2 or a Theracane, these can be very useful at getting at some areas that are kind of hard for our hands to get at, which is why I do the tennis ball on the main page. But if you have one of these, and I tend to like the Back Knobber 2 for getting at my back. I like the angle that I can get at things. The Theracane's good too, but if I had my choice, I would get one of these. So basically what we're going to do is use this Back Knobber 2 to do the press hold move technique on the muscles that basically run along each side of our spine, called our erector spinae muscles. And we might play a little bit out from there if there's any tension to release as well, but mostly we're going to be releasing those erector spinae muscles, the big ropes on either side of your spine. So what I'm going to do, quite simply, is I'm going to take, these are different sizes, so you'll have to figure out which size works better for wrapping around your body. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to wrap it around my back. And for me, the best angle is if I come around this way, I come all the way around to this side, the opposite side that it goes around. So I'm basically going over my spine and sticking it in the other side of it. And then with your back kind of in neutral, as best as you can, so you're not actually flexing the muscles, you just want to poke around for a tender spot, a tender muscle. And when you find one, you're just going to, now I'm pressing basically straight out this way. I'm basically doing the press hold move. I find you don't need a whole lot of pressure here. You just need some nice gentle pressure so you feel it, but not so much that you can't relax into it. And if you just bend forward and back, now you can do more of that, or you can even be pressing your abdomen and out a little bit, probably a little of both, but you want that muscle moving under your pressure. And as it releases, you go to the next tender spot. And then you switch around. Again, if you're coming around this side, I tend to come over to this side. I'm pressing on those muscles, and I'm going forward and back. So basically, find a tender spot, gently move forward and back, gently move forward and back, gently move forward and back. And then you do want to go probably a little further down than you would think. That L5 is pretty far down here. If you go forward and back and feel the spinous process, the bone that sticks out of your vertebra, if you bend forward and back, you will find that that L5 is way down here for me. So I want to be on the side of that with my Theracane, and I just want to do the same thing, forward and back, and that's all I'm doing. Up and down, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. When you're done doing that for a little while, even if you have a few tender spots left, you can play around with this area, your quadratus lumborum area. And you can, especially on the top of your hip bone, if you go just above that, a lot of times there's a lot of tender spots from sitting at computers too much, sitting watching TV and movies too much, whatever it is. And if you do that, especially you super moms who are driving your kids all over creation all day long, these will get tight. And as those release, you'll probably find a lot more space and freedom in your body. Now, for the tender spots, or just to be thorough, for the tender spots that didn't let go yet, or just to be thorough, we're going to do one more thing. It's still a press hold move, but what I'm going to have you do is I'm around this side, so I'm actually on this side of my spine. For any remaining tender spots, or just to be thorough, I'm going to basically be in neutral, find a tender spot, and then I'm going to do my forward, so things are nice and open. I'm going to make sure I have a nice, good, firm position in there. I'm going to come back up to neutral, and then I'm going to turn into that side. So My Theracane is pressing into this side of my spine, so that means I'm going to turn into that side. And as you do that, you'll feel that muscle move under there, and then you find another tender spot. If it's still tender, roll forward, come back up to about neutral. Make sure you're in there. When you're down here, you basically want to make sure you're in as comfortably and as deeply as you can, remaining comfortable. Come back up to neutral, and then you turn into that side so that you feel that muscle kind of move under you. And once you're here, you can do a few of those. You can always come back, do the whole thing again. But you basically want to play around with that whole thing, especially with those stubborn spots. There's a lot of muscles in there that go in a lot of different directions. So go forward, get in there good, come back to neutral, and then turn into that spot. Turn into that spot. My pressure is basically almost going that way because I'm turning. I'm going at about a 45-degree angle that way. And as you release this, see something just actually, as you release those muscles, a lot of times you will get the vertebra kind of popping back into place. But let's be clear, it's because the muscle let go that the vertebra moved, not because someone whacked the vertebra back into place. Bones only go where muscles generally pull or hold them. So we want to release the muscle so the bone can naturally basically release into a position that it finds preferable. So again, you want to go, I want to emphasize again, you want to make sure you go all the way down to that L5, which in me is all the way down here. And then you find that pressure, open it up, get in there good, come back to neutral, and then twist. And that actually sometimes, boy, getting that L5 in some people will really, really do the trick. So don't, even if you just have to do this at first to kind of get in there, you'll get used to this motion. But basically, I'm kind of going that way with my pressure as I turn that way. Actually, probably about there. Because you want that, no, there it is. Oh, that actually just let go a little bit. Wasn't too tight. Let's try the other side while we're here. And sometimes that L5, you want to feel way down here. So there it is. So nice and open. Open it up. Get that tool in there. Come back to neutral. That's good. And generally speaking, you know you have the right spot when it feels kind of good. If you're on the bone, it kind of won't feel right. If you're over to the side too much, you won't feel it moving under you as you twist. But basically, that's how to release your low back with a massage tool. And I still love all the stuff we did on the main page to release your low back. But if you have one of these or you're willing to buy one of these, they're wonderful. Again, I'd go with the back knobber too. I just like the angles for what we're trying to do. And so release, find a tender spot, press, hold, move, press, hold, move. For any remaining tender spots, or just to be thorough, you can press, hold, move, come back to neutral, turn into whatever side you're pressing on. So I hope that helps. I think it will if you do it, if you have one of these tools, and I look forward to hearing how it goes. Thanks.